What's going on? Dave Columbo, Jenkins. One more thing, I've landed in Amsterdam. It's 7 PM on a Thursday. I've got exactly 48 hours, 2 days. See what type of trouble I can get into. Let's see what we can meet. Let's see what we can do.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. How are you doing? Hi, I'm Yorobi and you're watching One More Thing. I go through all these different types of genres and tempos. I guess most people know me for more jungle sets and like halftime and juke and all these other sort of dubwise thingies that I bring in, or break thingies and thingies. That's a good word, isn't it? So I've taken you to this place called the Spin House. All right. So they actually had women incarcerated here, so they were petty thieves and beggars and prostitutes, and they basically said like, oh, we're going to teach you a real trade, you know, and so they basically had them sitting at like these spinning wheels where you spin yarn, and also that went into sales, so it was basically free labor for the city of Amsterdam, and they thought that this would reform them. Well, obviously not. Well, this is also a place where they had things on lockup, mostly men, mostly bad men, obviously. And so basically, if you were bad, like even badder than bad, you were locked up in a drowning cell if you refused to do your work, for instance, and then they were just flooded, and you had a single pump in there, and you just basically had to pump to keep alive, because otherwise you could drown. And it's also one of the places where it is said that a Dutch saying has originated, and that is pompen of verzuipen, and that means pumping or drowning. Yeah, it's when your deadline is there, you're not quite sure when you make it. Pompen of verzuipen came from this place, because you can see, for instance, that there is a chariot that's being drawn by what looks like lions and boars. And they're being really like whipped into shape, you know, you tame the beast, that sort of shit. And now it's also a sort of prison because it's a shopping mall.
Let's start again. How did you become a tour guide?
Funny you should ask. I do have a tendency to try and tell it like it is, or give different perspectives rather than just what's in your high school history books. Yeah. Because there's just so much more to it.
It's like you're interviewing me.
Yeah, I know.
Are we back to normal?
I've noticed that there's a lot younger crowd coming in. All of a sudden there's all these 18, 19-year-olds, and like, yeah, they're all coming in and they're all like really open to things. They're really into pretty much everything you play, really into the eclectic side of things. And I noticed there's like, even within the Netherlands, which I find really amazing, because generally speaking, jungle and like footwork and like mashing all these genres up is something that is a little bit like, ooh, what you doing? Breakbeats and the Netherlands always had a difficult relationship, but they're like really into it. And so that, yeah, I'm hoping that things will grow from there.
Right, thank you very much, Yorobi. I've been in Amsterdam for about 4 hours and I still haven't had a smoke yet, and I need to sort that out. Nice one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amsterdam, man. I've been in this city more than most other cities outside of the UK, but because it's been 3 years since I've been anywhere, or 2.5 years since I've been anywhere abroad, it just feels mad. Everything feels new and fresh, but at the same time super familiar. Like, I've had 4-5 hours sleep. I feel so energized just from traveling and being in somewhere new. This is sick.
Yo, this is Leniz, and you're watching One More Thing.
Leniz, where have you taken me and why?
I have taken you to the NDSM Wharf. It's an industrial site in Amsterdam, which has been revamped to a more cultural site. So there's a lot of venues here, lots of parties going on, and I really liked the industrial look.
So you're not actually from Amsterdam, are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Nijmegen. It's a small city in the southeast of the Netherlands. It's way smaller compared to Amsterdam. It's kind of has that Bristol vibe to it.
How have you been after lockdown? Are we back to normal yet, do you think?
For me personally, I'm kind of still getting used to everything opening again. I've pushed myself a lot to make a lot of music in lockdown.
And listening to your album, man. Like, it's a proper album. It's an album's album. Like, you went in on it really, didn't you? Musically speaking.
Yeah, I did. I tried to get as many sounds and as diverted as possible to show what I'm really capable of as an artist. And I had this certain idea of like producing a more old school focused album, because during lockdown that's been, and before as well, the old school jungle stuff, but also old school like liquid funk has really inspired me, because it's really different to lots of the stuff you hear nowadays. So to kind of have that unique sound was something I wanted to represent again in a fresh new album.
Album format is still alive and kicking, isn't it? The album format, which they keep saying is dead, like since before I became a music journalist in 19 long time, like, but the album is still the best format in that type of way, and the best outlet for creative expression as an artist, isn't it?
It is. If I speak for myself, I think it's the most sickest project you could work on as an artist. Simply because for me as well, I write music to tell stories, and if I want to write a really big story or take that to the next level, I want to write an album. So I already know the next album is going to be probably completely different to my previous one, but I'm already looking forward to writing a new one.
Leniz, thank you very much. Let's explore the area and check out some art. Big up, man.
Big ups.
Yo, this is Nymfo. You're watching One More Thing. Boom!
So we're outside an erotic museum, so I can ask you this question, because I figure with a name like Nymfo, you've got to be a sex addict or something like that.
Yeah, that question. I'm not sure if I can answer that, because it's such a kinky story. Yeah, it's a really boring answer. I was 15 years old. I started DJing already, like bedroom DJing. And at some point I had my first gig, and I was just still practicing a lot and didn't think about a name or anything. And at some point the promoter asked me, yo, what's your DJ name? Because we're going to print some flyers. At that time they printed flyers. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So the day after, I was sitting in the class reading the dictionary to get inspiration, and I saw the meaning of a nymphomaniac, and I was just giggling like, that's funny. At some point I thought about changing the name, but I DJed already a lot with that name, and the positive thing about the name is, I think people won't forget about it, because they hear the name and think, why is he calling himself Nymfo. So yeah, that's it. No kinky stories. Bye.
15-year-old you could see you now, would he be happy?
Oh, 100%. Because at that time I was like a 15-year-old bedroom DJ, and the only goal was like to have a gig and play for people. And yeah, this is 25 years later. Whoa, 25 years? Yes.
Right, let's talk about love, man. Let's talk about love. Have you ever dedicated a tune to someone you love, or put in a little like romantic code in one of your tunes for your loved one, for your wife maybe?
No. Again, no really romantic, kinky stories. Sorry.
Okay, who makes the sexiest tunes in drum and bass?
Maybe Lensman, LSB. Yeah, they definitely can put some sex in the drum and bass, but I'm 100% there will be more people, but yeah, those are the names, yeah, who pop up first now. So
yeah, man, Sex Meisters. How about, right, what's your sexiest tune in your opinion?
well, I released last year an EP on Liquidity, and there is a track on there called The Girl Next Door, and yeah, that's my, well, especially the last years, I think one of the sexiest one.
Cool. So what would be the worst tune and the worst type of music for you to make love to? What would be the worst soundtrack that would just completely put you off your game, man?
Definitely all kind of Schlager music, you know, like the German. Yeah. And yeah, every song by Coldplay.
Brilliant, man. So no remixes of Coldplay coming up from Nymfo, but what have you got coming up?
Yeah, I've got some news. Now I'm starting my own label. Well, I thought about that already for years, but I was always very lazy. Was still very lazy, but during lockdown I was like, yeah, maybe I have time now. Let's start thinking about working on it more. And the last 6 months, 8 months, I hit up a lot of upcoming producers, and now I'm at the point that I signed like the first 4 or 5 EPs, also including music by myself, and waiting for some final tweaks, and then I'm going to master everything like next month, and then I want to launch it, announce everything after summer, after the holidays, festival season. You know, when club season is starting again, boom, first EP, and then keep on going like every month, every 6 weeks, new music.
Amazing.
Keep an eye.
Brilliant, man. Exclusive. And you just said you were really lazy, but actually another question I just remembered now is I was going to, because we're in the red light district, I was going to say if your music was any type of sexual act, it would be an orgy, because there are so many different things. I've interviewed you about your house music. I've interviewed you about like the EDM-y kind of stuff when you've done collaborations with like Yellow Claw. Are you happy with your music and the Nymfo brand being compared to an orgy?
Well, I need to think about that. It sounds no. It's usually people say I'm the chameleon in music. That's a bit more sophisticated, but if you want to call it the orgy, yes, man, I'm happy with that. Yes, let's go for it.
Brilliant. There we go. Nymfo, sexual chameleon in drum and bass. We're in the red light district. We need to get the hell out of here because I'm feeling seedy as hell. Let's go. Thank you very much, man. Big up.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This interviewing and stuff made me thirsty, so I asked Lensman to take me for the nicest coffee in Amsterdam, and it has been one of the nicest coffees I've had in this 48 hours so far. You're a coffee man?
I am a coffee man, for sure. Yeah.
I've forgotten how nice Amsterdam is. Big up Amsterdam, man.
It's a city that feels like a town. You know, you can cycle anywhere. It's got everything you want, but it just feels kind of laid back. Everyone's pretty, I don't know, upbeat and friendly and, yeah, just vibey, man. just fine.
It's special, isn't it, man? So do you feel that we've kind of gone back to normal now after lockdown and stuff, or have we still got a way to go?
It seems like COVID's a thing of the past, to be honest. Like the last couple of months, we were really late getting back to normal, but it feels like, yeah, it's a distant memory at this point.
So what's going on with the North Quarter? Tell me everything, because I'm loving what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I mean, we're always keeping busy, got a great collection of artists. Zero T and Onge just released Kilburn, really proud of that album.
That came together, that was like one of those just surprise, you like doing surprise albums and surprise things, like when you email me I never know what music is going to be on that email, but this one especially because I think that one took you by surprise, didn't it? It took Zero T by surprise, like he didn't even know his neighbour was a pianist, they didn't even know each other, did they?
No, exactly, they kind of met by chance through complaining about a party on Twitter, and then I think the album came together in about 3 months or something, and at first it was just an EP and there was so many great tunes, I was just like, can we maybe make this an album? And they were keen, and yeah, it just all happened, you know? Yeah, but
I think that's probably a bit of a catchphrase of yours, can we make this an album?
Yeah, it is. I just love the album format more than a single, you know, you can just kind of communicate so much more artistry through it.
Is there anything you can tease us about what's coming out from you and what's coming out on the label in the future?
I should have another project out this year. I'm really excited about that actually. Just starting to get into the final stages of that now, but more news on that soon. We got an EP by FD. Excited for him to come back.
It sounds like loads of cool stuff is going to be coming from the North Quarter very soon.
Yes, mate.
Wicked. There we go. Coffee with Lensman. Thumbs up. Peace.
This is Lensman from the North Quarter and you're watching One More Thing.
So what have we done? We've had a boat trip with Leniz. We've stood outside the Sex Museum with Nymfo, and we've had coffee with Lensman. And now I'm off to meet Noisia, just taking a little moment in a nice park to chill out. The 48 hours in Amsterdam is going swimmingly. Chef's kiss. No. It's the last ever Noisia Invites. How do you all feel?
Nope.
No.
Dave,
No.
no.
Brilliant. That's all I know. Hey, how you doing, man? We're actually filming this.
Hi,
this
I'm Posai.
post
How you
in
doing?
the fucking house. Go on, man.
We'll go to the cafe.
Yeah, man, we're going to do a very quick interview and then
Nice.
I'll see you in a minute. Awesome. Nice one. Wow, cool.
Yo, this is Subp Yao. You're gonna use this, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yo, this is Subp Yao. One more thing. Welcome.
Go on, man. We are walking along aimlessly, aren't we? We're wandering along without a purpose.
Yeah.
Why might we be doing that?
Well, that was the concept of my last album, Flana, and I was kind of missing the wandering around, like I did on tour in China mostly, and I thought it would be a nice concept for the record.
I like that because that's kind of what I've been doing in Amsterdam over these 48 hours, is just wandering around without a purpose type of thing, or just kind of, there's a real, it's good for the soul, isn't it, to just wander and explore and just let your mind roam and just be at one with your environment.
Yeah, you explain it very well. Yeah, I like that. Like getting lost in a city you don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like you get to know the city a little bit better that way. And I like the atmosphere in the city at night. So just going out for an ice cream at night, or like just walking, not too many people. And
Definitely.
like now.
Yeah. And hearing the soundtrack as well, and different voices and accents, and even like sirens sound different in every country and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. And if you sit in a cab, or like just eating somewhere, like all the talks are like super different, and it's cool to explore cities and different countries. I was kind of missing that a lot when the whole COVID thing happened. So I thought it would be nice to put it in a concept for the album.
Now you do really like concepts, don't you, man? Because I mean, we spoke for the first time 18 months ago with Info Aqua, which had its own concept, and then there was Generation Loss as well, which had its own concept. You really like concepts?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Generation Loss was on Saturate, and it means actually, you know, when you save a picture online or on your computer, every time you
We're gonna get run over. We can see the car.
Oh shit. Every time you save a picture, it kind of degrades the quality of the picture.
Yeah.
And I really liked. Oh shit. And that's the same with resampling basses and drums to tape, and like kind of makes sense. And I like the name stood out first to me, like Generation Loss. I thought it meant something different, like the generation, and it was like actually 10 years ago I put out an album on Saturate, so that might be a generation, like 10 years, so it made sense to me. Yeah.
Definitely. And then Info Aqua as well. I mean, that had an awesome concept behind it. You were actually watching like deep sea videos and stuff while you were making the music.
Yeah, that was super cool. It made sense to do a lot of concepts because we had a lot of time, the whole COVID thing. I don't want to talk too much about that, but like it made sense to do a lot of concepts. And now clubs are reopening again, and I feel like I can make a lot of club music again.
Club. Right, I've got a concept for you now. Right, we're going to do the concept of Yo. Who would you like to say Yo to the most right now?
Ooh, right now to Noisia, man. Yeah, of course, man. They invited me on the last Noisia invite, so that means a lot. I did one or two more, and it's always super cool. And they just put out an album, so yo, Noisia.
Yo, Noisia. Who do you say Yo to the most in your day-to-day life?
My son. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my little son.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go on, yeah. I'm going to say yo to my kids as well.
Yeah.
Say yo to your son, right?
Yo, Milan.
Go on, right. Who deserves more yos? Who doesn't have yo said to them enough?
Everybody who supports music, especially the more underground music, means a lot, and I love that.
Go on, wicked.
Yeah. People who buy vinyl and like go to club shows, and like I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
True fans. Yo. Right, cool. What are we going to say yo to next from you? You kind of hinted at that. I think we're going to have some bangers, aren't we?
Oh yes, we're gonna have some bangers. Yeah. Can't wait to play. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, man. That's it. A final yo from Subp Yao. Give us the best yo of your life.
Yo.
Wicked. Nice one.
Yeah, what up? This is DJ Ride, and you are watching One More Thing. Peace.
Motherfuckers, are you ready for motherfucking DJ Ride? Yeah! Motherfucking DJ Ride! Yeah! There's some recordings in your house. Do it! It's just the fucking beginning, motherfuckers! Get back at this motherfucker!
Right, so it's DJ Ride, and we're pretending to ride on some people's bikes, and we're hoping that they don't come along. DJ Ride, what is the worst ride that you've ever had in your life?
The worst ride? Maybe in my last China tour, I was in a place like nobody talked English, and was like really lost in translation vibes. And I had like food poisoning and all that stuff, so it was really a mess.
And what's the best ride then that you've ever had in your life? Ride or journey?
Yeah, journey. Like I have to say, like Tokyo, Japan, where it's one of my favorite places. After, of course, I'm from Portugal, Lisbon but after that, like, man, Tokyo is the place to be. Yeah.
Go on, I'd love to go to Japan. I've never been there yet, but I'm sure I will do one day. If you could ride on time to any period in history, where would it be and why?
Man, I have to say, like, maybe in the 70s, like, watch a James Brown gig or a Prince gig. Yeah, I really wanted to saw the King live. And besides that, maybe you, like, go to the Jurassic, like, watch some dinosaurs or something.
Ride like the wind or ride Sally Ride?
I'll green all the way.
Yes, go on, man, go on, cool. Right, what music do you listen to most when you're on a journey? Whose music do you listen to the most?
Bro, I'm gonna be really honest. I listen like a lot of Vision Radio, a lot, and besides that, maybe like Kendrick Lamar and some hip hop and bass music. But the number one thing that me and my friends listen the most on my car is Vision Radio.
No Thomas.
Yeah, no. Yes, Dave, yes.
Go on. No, Dave. Brilliant. So yeah, what can we expect from you in the future? What have you got coming up?
Yeah, I'm producing right now again bass music and halftime and wicked beats. So maybe like in a couple of months you have some news.
Sick, man. I can't wait to hear it. DJ Reuben, thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Yeah, see ya.
Information making me question our relation to the nation, our religion, supersonic. My existence can't resist us. Clearly I find myself living inside a shell. All of these pages can't help. Got all my introspect. Mirrors, they don't reflect all of the things that we do. My existence.
Welcome to this place. You
time for emotional stuff tonight. We only have an hour. We're gonna make it count. It will be emotional too, don't get me wrong. But not a lot of talking, not a lot of crying. A lot of drum and bass, a lot of beats. Melkweg. Amsterdam, Noisia Invites for the last time! For the last fucking time! Are you ready? Fucking love you. All right. I said no emotional stuff, but yeah, obviously, fucking last time in Amsterdam. Of course, emotional stuff. All right. Without words, you're saying everything I wanted to say. That's all I want to say. We're gonna play one more, last one, etc. Shout out Skrillex. Amsterdam, say no, Dave! No, Dave! Thank you for everything, Dave! Supersonic. You missed it. My existence can't resist
What? Last night was absolutely amazing. Got a few more hours left. Got about, well, a morning and an afternoon left to squeeze what I can out of this beautiful city. Amsterdam, I love you. Yo, what's going on? We're at the Torture Museum with Scartip. What's going on, Scartip?
Yeah, good. Crisping a bit in this glorious sunshine in Amsterdam.
Yeah, man, we are going to get sunburned today. We're blatantly going to get sunburned. What is torture to you, man?
Sinead O'Connor or children singing in unison like Christmas carols.
How about Enya? Where do you sit on Enya?
Indifferent.
Yeah. No Orinoco flows. Let's go with the Orinoco flow. You're launching a label. Tell us everything about it.
Redface Recordings, yes, launching 27th of May 2022. Yeah, it's just celebrating everyone's inner mischievousness. It's Redface Records is everything cheeky, everything sort of, we've all got that little inner mischievousness, inner deviant when we're on nights out or just in general, so that's what Redface is here to celebrate.
Yeah, go on, man. Redface is the imp, the inner imp. It's all about the DIY spirit as well, isn't it? It's all about DIY and just not taking yourself too seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the music I still, take seriously, and mix down wise and technical wise, I very much not joking around with that. But artwork wise and just, you know, it's all laced with satire, definitely.
Yeah, go on, I think we need a bit of that. Right, so we're going to go into the Torture Museum and we're going to see what Red Face is all about and see what he stands for. Let's get some torture. Is this Red Face? That's Red Face, standing in a barrel. That's Red Face.
Yeah, that is as well. I'd like to say yes, but don't know. Look at it. I mean,
It's cheeky.
yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, that ain't Red Face.
That's definitely not Red Face.
This indeed is a very special moment.
Cool, so last night we were in the Melkveg, which is an old milk factory, and today we've been milkmaids. How are you feeling about that? Got milk?
I knew that was coming. I knew. Oh shit.
This is also the owner of Korsakov Records. Is it Korsakov Music or Korsakov Records?
Korsakov Music.
Korsakov Music. Also on One More Thing. It's like a kind of echo chamber. We could carry on all the time. Also, one more thing. Also, one more thing. Also, what is art?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Tell us about the artist who we've just reenacted the painting of.
Oh, that is Johannes Vermeer. Yeah, he could paint a few things, you know, like he was known to like do some brushing and some painting in his time. He's part of the big four, like you've got the Dutch masters. I'm a bit rusty on my painting history, which is disgusting since I've studied it. For me, vibe is everything. Vibe is everything to me, because you know, I've never in my entire life been to a rave where someone played a really good tune with like a good melody, but maybe not the best snare, where people were like, this snare sucks, I'm gonna smoke.
And also the events as well. The Korsakov events are also all about vibe as well. And how's that been now, kind of coming back into the real world after lockdown and stuff like that? How has it been for you? Are we back to normal?
I think we might potentially return to normality about now, but I've been hurt before by the universe, so...
Too many times over the last 2 years, like nothing is certain, is it?
And the thing is, like, and for the record, the events that Sami and Sasha, shout out to the boys. I know that they've rescheduled like the big one that we're now doing in November. Like it was close to happening a couple times, and every time was just a week before we were gonna announce it, do stuff. It was like, nope, sorry. And then the universe just kicked us in the nuts again. We're good now, but
we're able to kind of look back now and just appreciate everything. Really, I'm appreciating your music. So tell me what is coming out on the also side of things.
I've got so much music coming out, mate. Right, the next one is coming out on Get Hype. Shout out to Chris and Nick, Proto Boys, Homeboys. I'm working on a full-length album, which is going to be with a lot of like classical music influences, so some baroque stuff in there. Now I've got a bunch of singles. I just did a tune with Something Something. Shout out Steffi. I'm working on a collab with Red X, which is nearly done. I'm doing a fucking sick tune with Tango, and we're calling it Greg's. Shout out to Greg's, greatest place in England. Mate, those sausage rolls are...
The meat ones or the vegan ones?
All the ones, mate. All the ones, mate. I don't care about the stuffing. I care about the Greg's. If it's got Greg's on it, it's going down my neck. It's simple as that.
Just like a nice cool glass of milk. This has been educational. Amsterdam, a city of art, also a man with a heart.
What could I possibly add to that, mate? Like, come on, you're putting me on the spot here.
Let's go for a glass of milk. Peace.
Yo, this is also, you're in the beautiful city of Amsterdam. You're watching One More Thing. I'm gonna get some milk.
Yo, this is Reuben and you're watching One More Thing with Dave Columbo Jenkins.
Reuben, talk to me about amateur boat ownership.
I'm an expert. I'm a professional in amateur boat ownership. I live with Casper Ways, who you know, and we decided it was best to buy a boat. As you can see, we live near this marina by the Eye Canal in Amsterdam. So we bought a boat and we've been sailing on it all year. Well, sailing, motorboating. And then we also made an EP and we thought, what better name to give it than the name of our EP?
What is the name of the boat and the EP?
The original name of the boat was the Prima Donna, but we thought we'd give it a spin and it's now called the Prima Dollo.
Yep. Which translates to?
Good penis.
Brilliant. I mean, you had some good times on it, didn't you, during lockdown and stuff like that?
Absolutely, before it sank. But we did have a lot of good times on it. It's now back up and we're gonna revive it. And unfortunately, we're gonna be listing it for sale because we're splitting up, Casper and I. But the Prima Dollar will live on forever in our EP, luckily. So that's gonna be good.
You've just launched like your new alias, really, because you're one half of Ordure, but now we're also Reuben as well. So tell us about the Reuben project.
Yeah, so for Reuben, I think the difference with me and Jesse, the other half of Ordure, is that I'm extremely dedicated to drum and bass and really love it, and maybe Jesse a little less. And we made a lot of beats kind of stuff, and we will still be doing that, exploring that part with Ordure, doing the weird stuff. And with Reuben, I really want to focus on my love for drum and bass, keeping it more classic, but with new influences. That's where I want to go, yeah.
Awesome, man, awesome. It's been a very, very drum and bassy weekend. This will just sum up the magic of Amsterdam and the drum and bass scene, and like what we experienced last night as well with Noisa's last ever Noisia Invites.
Yeah, I think it's not just Amsterdam, but it's the Netherlands coming together in Amsterdam as well. I mean, obviously, Noisia are from Groningen, but people from all around the Netherlands are coming here, are proud of Noisia, and to celebrate that in the capital, that is really special, of course.
Now, what is coming up next from Reuben?
Yeah, I've got a new EP coming out on Overview, if Mr. Overview will approve it. Then I'm also working on new stuff with Grey Code and Wings. And me and Waze are also remixing K1, Crooked and Matthews. So that's really exciting, yeah. You've got the first one on that, yeah.
Wow, exclusive, amazing. Thank you so much, Reuben.
Thank you, Dave.
So here we are, the 10th and final interview of my 48 Hours in Amsterdam. It's with Peter Piper from Overview Music. How are you doing, man?
I'm very well, Dave. Even the better for seeing you today.
How did you find Noisia last night?
Absolutely incredible, man. I was just one of the best gigs that I think I've been to. Such a perfect way to round off such a phenomenal career, and just so honoured to be there, I think.
Yeah, really, really special. An honour to be in Amsterdam. So obviously overview is your thing, and I'm going to ask you to give me an overview of Amsterdam and the Dutch drum and bass scene and just how exciting it is over here at the moment.
Yeah, Holland is just a really bubbling place. I think outside of the UK is definitely up there as like one of the top countries really for just the producers that are coming out of it, the amazing parties that they have, and I just love coming here as a country in general. It's like UK but just a little bit better. I'm really sorry everyone in the UK, but things are just run really well out here, and just a great bunch of people out here as well.
And how about you personally? What's coming up on the label now?
We got lots of things happening right now. We got some more vinyl releases coming. We're going to be doing an event at Studio 338, depending on when this is going to be out. We got a tour of South Africa and New Zealand coming as well. So maybe Australia thrown in there as well. That's a little bit of private secret information that I'm revealing for you right now, Dave. Exclusive. But yeah, honestly, just so much coming. Obviously, some amazing releases on the way from all of our fantastic producers, including Waze and Reuben, some Dutch people as well. So yeah, just lots happening. Lots happening.
Amazing, awesome. Thank you very much. And that's it. I think that's a wrap. This is my final interview. So brilliant. There we go. Give a little sign out.
I am Energy, aka Peter Piper, and you've been watching and listening to the One More Thing podcast with Dave Columbo Jenkins. You know what it's about.
"48 hours in Amsterdam, done. Just about to check in now for the flight and make my way back home. It's been absolutely amazing. But what have I learned from this whole caper? I've learned that the Dutch drum and bass scene is absolutely thriving. I've learned that Forma is my new favourite DJ, that Nymfo and Scartip are launching new labels, that Lensman knows his coffee, and that amateur boat ownership is not all it's cracked up to be. I've also learned that socks are an amazing way to decorate a ferry. And I've remembered that travelling is so good for the soul. I want to do more of these. If you've got a thriving music scene in your city or town and you want me to cover it, you know what to do. You know where to find me. One more thing. It's been a trip.